Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Soccer Brain newsletter. This is where I connect academic theory to training session design. And I've picked for the first edition of this newsletter, I picked a 4v1 one touch rondo. This is a very, very simple exercise, and I chose it for a reason. We're going to start at the very foundation and we're going to work our way up from there. So, this foundation is the players come into practice, their bodies aren't physically ready for a big workload because we haven't warmed up, but I still want them to make meaningful decisions on the ball from the first second they step on the field. So we'll carve out a 5 by 5 grid in a square, four on the outside, one in the middle. You could play one touch to start. There's a lot of different variations. It depends on the level of kids that you're working with. And as they move that ball, really what they're doing is in a limited way, very low workload, they are learning to exploit space and time while in possession of the ball. And in the end, this game is only about two things. One is when you have the ball, can you exploit space and time to score goals? Two is when you do not have the ball, can you shut down space and time to stop the opponent from scoring and to eventually win the ball back? Those are the two things. Now, when we get into academic theory, which is really what this is all about, what I'm going to be sharing with you over the weeks and hopefully months and years, is I'm going to break down each exercise and explain it how it relates to academic theory. So the first thing is it they call it representative game design. Is this realistic to the game? And now nothing is going to be 100% realistic to the game. Only a full real match is going to be realistic to the game, right? That's going to be what we would call fully representative. And in my opinion, training sessions do not have to be fully representative. Training environments do not have to always be fully representative to create great value and to develop great skill sets in players. So let me explain. This 4v1 rondo, low workload, it is representative enough, meaning there is a real defender. So as we play, as you saw in the video, you play short, short, short. You pull the defender closer to you, and then we find the 2 yards, the 1 yard of space behind that defender or out wide, even in this little tiny grid. We found that space. So we play to attract, and then we exploit the space where the defender left. Very simple concept. What you're doing is you're coupling your physical actions, this is very important, to real information. When I say real information, we are actually, that defender is real. That defender is closing you down. That defender is taking away your time and space as you have to couple your physical actions to make a decision to technically pass that ball and find the space and retain possession of the ball. So that is representative game design, right? Real defenders coupling physical actions to real information, real defenders. Now, there's no direction yet, there's no scoring yet, but it's still representative enough for the players to get benefit. How many times do players feel comfortable playing the ball in a 5 yard space with a defender trying to close them down at full speed? A lot of times they've never experienced that situation. They've never experienced the rhythm of keeping the ball, the body positions of keeping the ball in that tight area. This is what it is doing. Now, I have a small area, medium area, large area environments, possession, positional, constraint based. Obviously, from this 4v1, when the players' bodies start to get a little bit warmed up, You can make this into a transitional rondo. You can build it from there. You can make it into two-touch mandatory. So now it's all about the first touch opening up the second touch. Body positions are different. Thinking is different. So there's a lot that we can discuss here, but in this first video, I just wanted to introduce you to the term representative game design. Is it representative enough? Are you coupling your physical actions to your perception to real information? Now, these are three terms that are so important. Your perception is visual. What the player is attuning to. When I say attuning, where is their focus? Where is their visual perception? Because perception is eventually going to dictate action. Now, does a 4v1 rondo have limitations? Absolutely. The perception is just in this small area. They don't need to perceive what's going on all the way up here, right? It doesn't need to be done because there's nothing out there. So in transitional rondo, it gets a little bit different. Of course, there's no 360-degree scanning. We can get involved in that. Maybe a 4v4 plus 4, Guardiola positional rondo. Now there's 360-degree scanning. But you need to ask yourself, from the second your players get on the field, are they getting into game representative environments with a low workload where they make meaningful decisions on the ball? That is academic theory to practice session design, eventually leading into a bigger game model of how you're taking the team and putting in a game model. But for newsletter number 1, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I look forward to bringing a lot more of these to you. If you have any questions on anything, feel free to email me at coachdbernardo@gmail.com. Take care.